With all the controversy, drama, and betrayal plaguing the Kardashian-Jenner family right now, here's looking at you, Jordyn Woods and Tristan Thompson, it got us thinking, what other scandals has this family been the center of? There's 6 people at the epicenter of the Kar-Jenner empire, so you better believe there's no shortage of scandal. Keep up with Hollyscoop as we keep up with the Kar-Jenner Controversies. How's it going, guys? I'm Madison Hill, and for more entertainment news and stories like this one, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now and make sure you click that bell for notifications. Okay, so the Kardashians made a name for themselves back in the early 2000s with their hit reality TV show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kimberly was notably the most famous one of the family since she was linked to Paris Hilton and that party scene. However, soon after the entire family made it big on E, we had more famous faces from the family making names. But lest we forget, the Kardashian name was iconic way before Keeping Up was placed in front of it. It was 1994 when the Kardashian name was first heard around the world with the #1 controversy on our list, the O.J. Simpson murder trial. While the entire 1994 trial was controversial and very upsetting in itself, it was the patriarch of the Kardashians who was shaking things up. At one side of the courtroom was Robert Kardashian, who was close friends with O.J. and also on his legal team during the trial. On another side of the courtroom, there was Kris Jenner and her 4 children, Kourtney, Kim, Khloe, and Rob.
Barbara, that was the most devastating part of the whole trial for me.
The family was fresh off of a divorce due to Kris Jenner's infidelity, and a family divided because of the O.J. Simpson case.
I think that this has been a really tough year, for tough 15 months for all of us. And not only have we lost Nicole, we've lost O.J. too.
This leads us to our second controversy. Who is Khloe Kardashian's real father? For years, people have suspected that Khloe Kardashian is not the biological daughter of Robert Kardashian Sr. When Kris was still married to Kardashian, she had her fair share of side flings and infidelities and has even opened up about it on national television.
I don't regret revealing anything, especially to my family, but I definitely don't live. I think I have one regret, and that was getting divorced.
Kris cheated on Robert Kardashian with a soccer player turned animator by the name of Todd Waterman, which inevitably led to her first divorce. While Kris has never shied away from airing her dirty laundry, there is one thing that still lingers on the minds of many, including the Kardashian sisters. Did Kris and O.J. Simpson ever hook up? And is he the real father of Khloe? Now, just from an outsider's perspective, you can tell Khloe is noticeably different looking than Kourtney, Kim, and Rob. She doesn't appear to have the dark Armenian features that the 3 of them do, which they got from their father, Robert Kardashian. Kris Jenner even begged Khloe to take a paternity test, almost insinuating that Robert is not Khloe's real father.
Why wouldn't we just do a DNA test? Once and for all, we have an answer.
And if that is not enough proof in the paternity pudding, in yet another season of the show, the identity of her real father comes up again, and Kris begs Khloe a second time to get a paternity test. Khloe obviously said hell to the no, maybe because she's afraid of what the results are, or she doesn't want another scandal surrounding her family. But older sister Kourtney had some feelings about her mom's cheating ways. In a 2018 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kris tries to compare Kourtney's romance with Eunice to her hooking up with Todd Waterman all those years ago, and Kourtney shut her down.
I'm actually not married. Right, but then I'm not having an affair. You can't compare one to the other. That's absolutely not true.
This isn't the first time Todd Waterman and Kris's affair was brought up on the reality TV show. Kris actually met with Todd on the show and even got a little loosey-goosey and flirty with him while she was still married to a then Bruce Jenner.
What an idiot you are. I don't even know how I can trust you. I can't believe you did this.
In addition to Kourtney and Bruce's disdain for Kris's multiple affairs with Todd, Kourtney once again aired her grievances about her mom cheating, saying, quote, "You're so inappropriate and embarrassing. You have no shame in your game. I don't want to keep talking about this. I just don't relate to this and I don't understand it." Sadly though, Kourtney would come to find out all too well what it was like to be on the receiving end of a cheating scandal.
Instant scandal.
During their younger years, pre-3 little ones, Kourtney and Scott were drunk in love and college sweethearts. Scott was a very wealthy only child from the East Coast, whereas Kourtney was a wealthy child of 6 on the West Coast. Scott and Kourtney dated from 2006 to 2015, 9 years, but called it quits when Scott was spotted cozying up to other women.
I drive by and I see him talking to another girl, giving her a hug.
Oh my
Most notably was his ex-girlfriend Khloe Bartoli on a yacht in the south of France. At the time of this particular scandal, a source told Us Weekly, quote, "Kourtney is freaking out and kicked him out again. She can't believe he'd be so stupid to embarrass her and be photographed all over Khloe." And Scott's wandering third eye, if you catch my drift, even had the audacity to sneak a girl into his bedroom while on vacation in Costa Rica with Kourtney, their kids, and Kourtney's entire family. Of course, this made for amazing television, and it was all captured on Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
You can do whatever you want.
Family vacation, don't you think it's inappropriate, disrespectful?
Disrespectful to who?
To me, and to your kids, and to all my family.
After 10 years and multiple cheating scandals later, Kourtney finally shuts down their romantic relationship by saying it's time to move on, and to quote Taylor Swift, "We are never, ever getting back together." Scott obviously turned heads and caused a stir in the tabloids when he started dating 18-year-old Sophia Richie a few years back, but it seems like Kourtney, Scott, and Sophia have settled their differences and even went on a joint vacation this past winter.
What would be your reaction if they got engaged?
Congratulations.
Wow. New year, new everything.
We vacation together. It's all good.
Yeah.
Moving right along to our next controversial, Kar-Jenner, formerly known as Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn with a C, Jenner. While the entire family was in support of Bruce's transition and Kris and Bruce's subsequent divorce, it was the moment Caitlyn's memoir, The Secrets of My Life, hit bookshelves that all hell broke loose in the Kar-Jenner's mansion.
I read it, and basically the only nice thing she had to say was that I was great socially at a party one time.
But yet, he stayed married to you the longest.
Caitlyn ripped Kris Jenner to shreds, putting her on blast for not being supportive of his year-long battle with his male identity and trying to hide the transition from the public. It got so out of hand that Caitlyn's kids with Kris, Kendall and Kylie, began to shun their dad. In fact, the entire family shunned Caitlyn and shut her out completely. Khloe had a public falling out with Caitlyn right around the time she was due to give birth to baby True. Kim supported Khloe's decision to shut out Caitlyn, despite simultaneously supporting Caitlyn on her new journey. It wasn't until Kim found out that Caitlyn badmouthed her late father, Robert Kardashian, over the O.J. Simpson trial that she too shut the door on Caitlyn and locked her out for good.
I have always had Caitlyn's back, but she is a liar. She is not a good person.
In addition to Kris, Khloe, and Kim shutting out Caitlyn, Kendall Jenner even had to give her the cold shoulder for a period of time after the book came out. Kendall's biggest beef with her dad was over the fact she dragged her older sisters and brother in the book.
And then she goes around dissing the Kardashians, but it's like, those are the kids that you raised. If you have a problem with them, you raised them.
She closes out her rant by saying, quote, "It makes no sense to me why she would go around bashing us for no reason." Caitlyn definitely played a very controversial part in the later years of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but it really was Khloe and Lamar's divorce and Lamar's overdose that really struck a chord in the world of scandal. Our next Kar-Jenner controversy involves Khloe Kardashian and her now ex-husband, Lamar Odom. The couple first met in 2009 and decided to get married just 1 month after they first met. Lucky for us, all the drama leading up to the shotgun wedding was captured for a wedding special that aired on E!
The Wedding You Didn't See Coming is the episode you can't miss.
I, Khloe, take you, Lamar.
I, Khloe, take you, Lamar.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians, The Wedding.
While we all had an inkling this relationship would fail after that special, the two did last longer than most expected. I mean, hello, they even had their own spin-off that I still have to admit is one of my favorites to this day.
I'm not gonna fight with my husband.
Arguing and making up is what people do.
We need to make a lot of love, and then we have a little Odom.
Sadly, Khloe and Lamar did not end up having a little Odom because, as you all know, their relationship started to take a turn for the worse when cheating rumors started swirling. Between the years of 2009 and 2016, when Khloe and Lamar finally finalized their divorce, Lamar is believed to have cheated on Khloe with several women. During an interview with Howard Stern, Khloe previously said, quote, "I was genuinely blown away. Like, when did he fit that in? I don't know. However, I think it's safe to say Lamar's biggest scandal when he was involved with Khloe has got to be the whole Nevada brothel situation. After hooking up with several prostitutes, overdosing, and suffering from a stroke in this Nevada brothel, Lamar spent several days in the hospital with Khloe and the rest of the Kar-Jenner clan by his side. While some thought this would end with these two reconciling, Khloe did end up finalizing their divorce. And although you would expect for there to be hard feelings, all things considered, they do seem okay now. Shortly after their divorce was finalized, during an interview, Khloe said, quote, "I want to be there for him always and do everything he needs or wants." While Lamar has said that cheating on Khloe is one of his biggest regrets. During an interview in 2017 with Us Weekly, Lamar said, quote, "If there's one thing I regret when I was married, it was having multiple affairs with different women. That wasn't the stand-up thing to do. I wish I would have kept my in my pants."
Keep that dirty in your pants.
Next up, we're talking about another cheater, pumpkin eater, Tyga. Therefore, you know where I'm going with this next Kar-Jenner controversy, Tyga cheating on Kylie Jenner. In a sense, Tyga and Kylie's whole relationship is kind of like one big controversy, being that they were likely dating before Kylie was of legal age. Kylie and Tyga first started hanging out back in 2014 when Kylie was just 17. Once rumors started swirling that they were an item, Tyga took to Twitter to deny the allegations. Probably a good thing considering Tyga's age and the fact he was still dating Blac Chyna, yeah, TBT to that. Shortly after Tyga and Chyna called it quits officially, Kylie and Tyga started showing up on one another's Instagrams. Still, they tried to deny anything serious was going on until boom! Kylie turned 18, and the two were suddenly open about their relationship. Then January of 2016 happened, and Tyga was accused of cheating on Kylie with a Brazilian model. The model met Tyga while on a video shoot and later appeared on Kingin' with Tyga, a show on MTV. Despite these rumors, Kylie and Tyga tried to put on a united front, but things were never really the same, and there were still rumors that Tyga was not faithful. The two officially called it quits a few months later when the two broke up before the 2016 Met Gala. While many thought they would give love another go, sources told TMZ at the time that it was, quote, for good, and the two have remained broken up ever since. Next up on our list of Kar-Jenner controversies would be the things that gave Kylie her almost billionaire status. Her lips. Kylie's lips started becoming a topic of conversation when Keeping Up fans noticed that Kylie's lips had gone from thin to plump. Kylie tried to deny the fact that she had fillers for quite some time.
I'm just not ready to talk to reporters about my lips yet because everyone always picks us apart.
She finally came clean about them while filming her own reality spin-off series, Life of Kylie. Here is where she finally opened up about what caused her to get lip injections in the first place. The confession started when Kylie opened up about her first kiss and how the guy she really liked made a comment about her lips and how she was as a kisser.
Just when a guy you like says that, I don't know, it just really affected me. I just didn't feel like desirable or pretty. I really wanted bigger lips. I ended up getting my lips done.
After that controversy surrounding Kylie's lips kind of came to a close because we all understood her after that. The only time her lips came back up in conversation was after she had Stormy. Kylie caught everyone's attention for having her lip filler removed. Although we're pretty sure she's gotten it back in since then, they're kind of things that made her an empire. So Kylie, keep doing you. The next Kar-Jenner controversy we're talking about is probably one you all have been waiting for. Kendall Jenner and Pepsi. In April of 2017, Kendall Jenner got her chance to star in a Pepsi commercial, a role that is quite coveted and held by some of the biggest names in Hollywood. However, Kendall's commercial unfortunately fell flat on its face because it essentially trivialized social movements, most notably Black Lives Matter. Almost as quickly as the commercial went up, it was taken down because there was tons of backlash regarding it. Pepsi later came out and issued an apology saying, quote, Pepsi was trying to project a global message of unity, peace, and understanding. Clearly, we missed the mark and apologize. We did not intend to make light of any serious issue. We are pulling the content and halting any further rollout. Kendall stayed pretty tight-lipped on the whole thing until the following episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where sister Kim helped coach her through the controversy. This was the first time we got to look at how hard this whole thing hit Kendall.
I would never purposely hurt someone, ever. And I would obviously, if I knew that this was gonna be the outcome, like I would have never done something like this, but you You don't know when you're in the moment.
While Kendall has had a lot of controversies in her career, this one with Pepsi is arguably the one that started them all. Since this, it feels like nothing the poor girl ever does is right.
I just can't do anything right anymore, can I?
Our next Kar-Jenner controversy surrounds a couple that could have had their own show. Oh wait, they did, but it was a huge flop because they were that insane. Yes, you've guessed it, we're gonna get into Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian's social media war, because it's the thing that caused these two to constantly be at each other's throat. Back in July of 2017, after Rob and Chyna had yet another explosive breakup, Rob took to Instagram and Twitter and essentially went off on Chyna. He accused her of using drugs, being unfaithful, the whole shebang. This is also when Rob tweeted out those infamous naked pictures of Chyna that he claimed she sent. Man, that day was absolute insanity, and it resulted with Chyna slapping Rob Kardashian with a restraining order. Blac Chyna later opened up about the incident during several sit-down interviews.
I was devastated, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, how could somebody do this to me? And I was very fearful because I'm like, if you could do this, what else could you possibly do?
Chyna later dropped the restraining order against Rob in exchange for a $20,000 a month child support payment, something that Rob recently fought to lower because he's lacking in the funds department since all of this mess. However, recently the two had quite the sweet social media interaction, which is something we never thought we'd see after this. Both Chyna and Rob backed one another on Twitter, letting everyone know that they are no longer in a custody battle and that they're both co-parenting dream. Chyna even ended her tweet with a sweet message for Rob, saying, "Additionally, Robert is a wonderful father to our dreamy." All right, you guys, those are our top Kar-Jenner controversies. Let us know which ones you thought were craziest and which ones were your favorite. Let it all out down there in the comments. For more Kar-Jenner news, go ahead and check out one of our recent videos. And as always, to stay caught up on everything going down with this famous fam, subscribe to Hollyscoop and click the bell for notifications.